What if manifestation isn't about making anything happen, but about announcing what's already true? Like selecting a preferred version over the current version of reality, just like that. Welcome back to the Wealth Identity Podcast. I'm Agnes. And today I want to talk about manifestation from a very different angle. Not manifestation as hoping, not manifestation as visualizing harder, not manifestation as doing anything, fixing emotion, thoughts, or even the 3D, but manifestation as a deliberate announcement, an announcement that comes from knowing who you are. Because most people are trying to change reality from inside the experience. So they are identified as the body, the emotions, the thoughts, the current situation. So manifestation becomes negotiation. How do I change this? How do I feel better? How do I get from here to there? And because they are identified with the 3D, any change feels slow, fragile, or conditional, because from that position, reality feels solid, feels fixed. The shift happens when you recognize something very simple, but very destabilizing to the old identity. That you are not the 3D, you are not the situation you are in. You are not even tied to it. You are not the emotions you are feeling. You are not the thoughts running through your mind. You are the one aware of all of that. And awareness is not inside the experience. The experience is inside awareness. And this, my friend, changes the entire relationship we play with reality. Why this matters for manifestation? Because when you know you are awareness, you stop trying to become something through experience. You realize experience is something you enter, like changing rooms, like switching scenes or channels, like selecting a version. Manifestation stops being creation, it becomes selection. And there are not a few possible versions of your life only. There are countless ones. Versions where, for example, you are single, or you are partnered, or you are wealthy and you are struggling, you are healthy and you are healing, you're free, you are restricted, whatever. All of them exist as experiences inside awareness right here, right now. And nothing needs to be created from scratch. Nothing needs to be built. What changes is which experience you are aware of. If this is true, the obvious question is then, why can't I just switch instantly from what I don't want to what I want? Because most people are still rejecting one version and clinging to another. They want one experience desperately, and they push another away aggressively. And that creates tension. You cannot effortlessly move into a version you are putting on a pedestal while demonizing the current one and want to escape it, because that keeps identity tied to lack, tied to the experience. So something shifted for me when I started to do something counterintuitive. Instead of trying to escape my current reality, I started holding both versions, the current and the desired one, at the same time. For example, I'm single and I'm married to my soulmate. Not choosing, not affirming, not forcing, just holding both in my awareness. Or, like, I have no money and I'm a millionaire. Sitting with both, like, and this and that. not this or that. And something interesting happened. The moment they became equal, at first, of course, the mind reacted. It judged, it resisted. It said, one is real, the other is made up. It's a fantasy. But if you stay long enough without trying to change anything, both experiences start to feel similar. Not emotionally different or similar, but you realize both are experiences, both appear in awareness. So you can look at this and you can look at that. Both are equally you. When that happens, desire loses its desperation and reality becomes flexible. Because you cannot be something easily if you are rejecting what you currently are. Instant shifting becomes possible only when both versions are allowed. They are neutral, not loved, not preferred, just not judged. That's the paradox. The moment you stop needing one version to escape another, movement becomes effortless. From this place, manifestation isn't asking, it's not visualizing, it's not convincing. It's an announcement. And it's not even loud or dramatic. It's very quiet. You say, this is the experience I'm stepping into now. That's what I choose. It doesn't have even an emotional charge because there's nothing to prove. Because awareness doesn't argue, selects. This is what people mean by being in command of reality. But it has nothing to do with control, because control comes from fear. Command comes from clarity. You are not trying to overpower reality. You are simply no longer confused about who you are in relation to reality. So reality reorganizes around that recognition. The mind fears this idea. If nothing is fixed, everything will collapse. But the opposite happens. Rigidity creates instability. Flexibility creates safety. Because you say, this is only one version. So the system relaxes. This is where all of these leads. Not to constant shifting, not to fantasy living either, but to ease. To knowing that no experience defines you, that no situation traps you, that no state is permanent. You are all states. So you stop fighting reality, and from there, reality starts playing with you. I want to share an experience, very simple, very ordinary example, because this doesn't only work with big things. A few weeks ago, I was working for hours on a new project, and I was completely in flow, and suddenly my computer started acting strange. First, the C key stopped working properly, then M, then even Control. And I could feel the frustration coming up because it was pulling me out of that creative state. So I stopped. I didn't try to override it. I didn't pretend I was not annoyed. I just allowed the frustration to be fully there for a few seconds until it started to disappear. And then I remembered, okay, this is just one situation, one version. I could see exactly where reacting would take me. More annoyance, more effort, more trying to fix it, thinking about how to solve the problem now or tomorrow. And I realized I have a choice. So very calmly, without emotion, I just picked my preferred one. I announced my computer works absolutely perfectly. Not as a hope, not as a technique, just as a decision. This is the only way I want to experience it. Then I went out for a coffee to the kitchen. I didn't check, I didn't test it. I came back knowing. So then, of course, everything worked perfectly. And that was more or less 2 weeks ago. And I work on this computer every single day. And it's been flawless ever since. Now, manifestation was never about making something happen. It was about remembering that you are not inside the experience. The experience is inside you. And when you can hold multiple versions without judgment, without being one better than the other, you access all of them. Nothing is fixed, nothing is final. Reality is far more flexible than we were taught. And this remembering, this ease, is where we are all going. So thank you so much for being here, liking and subscribing. I love your comments. It makes me so happy. So please don't stop. Ask me anything that comes up for you. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Wealth Identity Podcast.